I'm diving headfirst into the adventure of adopting a Belgian Malinois, and while I knew I'd be signing up for a whirlwind of activity, I could never have anticipated the wild, unpredictable moments that would follow. From the very beginning, I could tell this was no ordinary dog, and let's just say I've had my work cut out for me. Wish me luck, because this journey is anything but smooth sailing. Initially, I was so excited to adopt this incredible breed, knowing their reputation for being loyal, hardworking, and highly intelligent. I pictured us embarking on thrilling outdoor adventures, training sessions that would showcase their impressive abilities, and lazy evenings where we'd unwind together. However, reality hit me like a freight train the moment my Belgian Malinois entered my home. To say that this dog is energetic would be the understatement of the century. I quickly realized I was completely unprepared for the whirlwind that was about to take over my life. From the moment I brought my Malinois home, the energy levels were unlike anything I'd ever experienced. I knew they were known for being active, but this dog was practically bouncing off the walls, literally. I found myself constantly chasing after it to prevent destruction, whether it was chewing furniture, knocking over objects, or running in circles like a tornado had just blown through the house. Every waking hour became a high-octane event, and soon, I had to reconfigure my entire routine just to keep up. Gone were the leisurely mornings and relaxing evenings I had envisioned. As time went on, I started noticing some behavioral red flags that were equally concerning. My Malinois became overly clingy, showing signs of separation anxiety whenever I left the room, even for a moment. It would pace nervously, bark incessantly, and sometimes even become defensive when guests came over. I could tell that my dog was struggling emotionally, and that realization hit me hard. I wasn't providing the kind of calm, secure environment it needed, and the guilt started to creep in. I found myself questioning whether I'd made a mistake in adopting a breed that required so much more than I could give. Then came the challenge of training, which, to put it bluntly, was an absolute nightmare at first. I had heard that the Belgian Malinois was highly trainable, but I didn't account for the fact that it also had a fiercely independent streak. During our early sessions, commands were ignored, obedience was non-existent, and any attempt at discipline was met with frustration, both from me and the dog. There were moments when I felt completely helpless, like I had no control over the situation. Every time my Malinois would challenge me, whether it was by pulling on the leash or ignoring commands, I'd feel a wave of defeat wash over me, wondering if I had made the wrong choice. One day, during what was supposed to be a peaceful walk, things took a turn for the worse. My Malinois was pulling on the leash so aggressively that I nearly tripped and fell. It was a moment of pure chaos, and I remember feeling completely overwhelmed as my dog seemed to be testing the limits of my patience. That day marked a turning point for me. I realized that if I didn't step up my game, both of us would continue down this path of frustration and disappointment. In that moment, I felt like I was in over my head, questioning whether I could truly handle such a high-maintenance dog. If you have liked the video so far, please consider subscribing. But I refused to give up. I knew there was more to the Belgian Malinois than the wild energy and challenging behaviors I was seeing. Determined to make things work, I started investing serious time in researching the breed's needs and consulting experienced trainers. I realized that the key was not just physical exercise, but mental stimulation as well. I introduced puzzle toys, started obedience training with a new mindset, and worked tirelessly to provide the structure my dog craved. Slowly but surely, things started to improve. The training sessions became more productive, and I began to see the intelligent, loyal companion that everyone had talked about. In the process, I also learned a lot about myself. Owning a Belgian Malinois taught me the importance of patience, resilience, and adaptability. The bond between us grew stronger with each new challenge we overcame. I started appreciating the wild energy and the quirks that initially drove me crazy. While I'm still navigating the ups and downs of raising such an intense breed, I've come to admire the sheer determination and spirit of my Malinois. Now, instead of dreading the chaos, I embrace it as part of the adventure. What most people don't realize about the Belgian Malinois is that they're more than just bundles of energy. They're incredibly intelligent, and they thrive on challenges that push them both mentally and physically. This means that training sessions need to be varied, stimulating, and rewarding. I learned that when my dog was acting out, it wasn't due to stubbornness or disobedience. It was often because I wasn't providing enough outlets for its boundless curiosity and energy. I began incorporating agility courses and scent work into our routine, and it made a world of difference. Suddenly, my once chaotic dog was thriving, focused, and excited to learn new tasks. Taking on the challenge of raising a Belgian Malinois has been nothing short of an eye-opening experience, but the learning curve has been steep. One thing that really stands out about this breed is their need for constant stimulation, not just physical, but mental as well. I quickly discovered that traditional activities like simple fetch or daily walks just weren't cutting it. This breed thrives when its mind is engaged, so I began experimenting with advanced obedience training, agility exercises, and problem-solving games. Watching my Malinois tackle a complex puzzle or complete an agility course with precision has been both rewarding and humbling. It's a reminder that these dogs are much more than just bundles of energy, they're true thinkers. Another fascinating aspect of the Belgian Malinois is their deep emotional connection with their owners. This isn't just a dog that follows commands, it's a dog that forms an intense bond with the people in its life. My Malinois seems to have an uncanny ability to sense my emotions, whether I'm stressed, excited, or calm. This intuitive connection means they're not just great companions, but also incredibly loyal protectors. However, this deep bond can also lead to challenges, particularly in terms of separation anxiety. To address this, I had to implement a gradual routine of alone time to help my dog feel comfortable when I wasn't around. It's a delicate balance, but one that has only deepened the trust between us. Perhaps the most unexpected lesson I've learned from raising a Belgian Malinois is how much this breed pushes you to become better. It's easy to think that dog training is about making the dog adapt to your lifestyle, but with a Belgian Malinois, it's a two-way street. I've had to push myself physically and mentally to keep up with my dog's energy, intelligence, and need for structure. This has meant getting outside more, being more patient, and finding creative ways to keep things interesting. In many ways, my Malinois has trained me just as much as I've trained it. Every day is a new challenge, but it's also a new opportunity for growth, for both of us. One thing I also came to understand was the importance of socialization. Belgian Malinois are naturally protective and can develop strong attachments to their owners, which can sometimes lead to anxiety or aggressive tendencies if not properly managed. Early socialization became a priority, and I started taking my dog to new places, introducing it to different people and environments. This not only helped reduce its anxiety but also made it more well-rounded and adaptable in a variety of situations. It's been a process, but I'm proud of the progress we've made together. Now, when I walk my dog, I feel confident in its ability to handle distractions and new experiences calmly. So, if you're considering bringing a Belgian Malinois into your life, know that it's a big commitment, both mentally and physically. But with the right training, patience, and dedication, this breed can become an extraordinary companion. My journey with this dog has been full of surprises, challenges, and, ultimately, growth. I can't wait to see where this adventure takes us next. Share your own stories and advice in the comments below, and be sure to check out my other videos on dog training and pet ownership for more tips. Did you enjoy the content? Please support the channel by clicking the subscribe and share buttons.